Hello everybody, thanks for stopping by Greg's Beer Reviews today. It's about that time. Let's go take that walk and see what's in the fridge today. Hey everybody, look at this great big bottle here with the cork and the cage on it. I sure hope this one don't spew all over the damn place. I've had enough of that this week. This is Boulevard Brewing collaboration beer with Firestone Walker. This is their number 6 barrel aged blend. And what's written on the bottle here says collaboration number 6 barrel aged blend, Imperial Stout X Tart Cherry, Bourbon Barrel Quad, Sticky Monkey, and Velvet Merkin. Sticky Monkey and Velvet Merkin from Firestone are awesome beers, guys. They really are. They come in a box and they're high dollar beers. And Boulevard makes some really, really tasty beers. So a collaboration between these two guys is probably going to be a nice thing, I'm hoping. And it still has a price tag on it, but I cannot read what is on there. It is already faded now. So, and it had a bunch of electrical tape on top of it, which leads me to think that my buddy, brother in Texas, Brandon, sent me this, but I have no name on here. And I pulled this out of the closet, so I've had this one for a while. I don't think it has. It's got batch number on it, and best by date is September 21st of 2018. So I'm thinking this is a 2016 edition, but I am not sure. And if Brandon, you didn't send it to me, and if Rico sent it to me or somebody else sent it to me, I apologize, because I do not have a name on the back of this beer, but it did have a lot of electrical tape on top of it, which leads me to think that Brandon sent it to me, because he electrical tapes everything on the top that he sends to me. So not exactly sure, but I'm thinking Brandon did. So, but it's been a while since he sent me this, and if it's a 2016 edition, everything he sent me in 2016, he puts his own name on the label there, where I don't have to. I have no name on this one, so guys, I apologize if Brandon or Rico didn't send it to me. I don't know where it came from. I did not purchase this bottle of beer. So I'm sure somebody will put in the comments, whether it's Brandon or Rico or whoever sent it to me, will put, I sent you that beer. I apologize because I don't have a name on the back of it, but I'm thinking Brandon did. He's the only one that sends me beer with electrical tape on all the tops of them. And this one had it on there too. I had to unwrap it before I brought it out. But let's get on with the beer here. 12.5% here, guys. And Rate Beer has it as 22 IBUs, and they have a big, long commercial description. Lord have mercy. I'm going to read it because this is a huge bottle of beer, and it's not a cheap bottle of beer, so bear with me here. Commercial description: the collaboration series is a way to bring shared beer ideas to life with some of our favorite brewery friends from around the world. This year, we bring you a specially blended barrel-aged beer with the help of our sister brewery in California, Firestone Walker, with collaboration number 6, brewmasters Stephen Pauls and Matt Brendelson have created a big, bold flavor combination by blending 2 Boulevard beers and 2 Firestone Walker beers in the following percentages. Boulevard Bourbon Barrel Quad, 45%, based loosely on the Smokestack series, is 6 glass. This Abbey-style quadruple is separated into a number of oak bourbon barrels when it ages for varying lengths of time, some for up to 3 years. Cherries are added to make up for the angel share of beer lost during barrel aging. Selected barrels are then blended for optimum flavor. The resulting beer retains a very subtle cherry characteristics, with toffee and vanilla notes coming into the fore. ABV was 11.8% on that beer. IBUs were 19. Firestone Walker Sticky Monkey, 35%. Brewed with Belgian candied sugar and aged in a selection of fine bourbon barrels. Sticky Monkey trailblazes its own category as Central Coast Quad. The name Sticky Monkey is a nod to the Central Coast native Sticky Monkey flower, as well as a shout out to the Belgian monks who pioneered the quad style. The Belgian candied sugar imparts a signature molasses sweetness to the beer. Meanwhile, maturation in bourbon casks brings ample barrel expression with notes of toasted oak, coconut leather, and cigar tobacco. ABV was 13% and IBUs were 45 on that one. And finally, Imperial Stout X Tart Cherry Whiskey Barrel Aged, 10%. Our special treat for lovers of big complex stouts. The Imperial Stout X Series offers a year-long roster of limited releases, each with a significant variation. This riff spotlights the addition of tart cherries to fermentation as well as lactic souring on the brew house. The result is perfect marriage of robust smoky maltness and bracing tartness. Unlike the release version of Imperial Stout X Tart Cherry, this portion was briefly aged in previously used whiskey barrels. ABV 11%, IBUs were 64. And the Firestone Walker Velvet Merkin, 10%. Velvet Merkin is the beer that almost wasn't indeed this vintage. Oatmeal Stout, comical, or is it scandalous? Name went off the grid for several years, but now it's back due to popular demand. Velvet Merkin is aged for a full year in retired spirits barrels from Heaven Hill, Woodland Reserve, and yet managed to offer mind-boggling balance and restraint. You will wig out when you taste Velvet Merkin's rich milk chocolate, bourbon, and espresso flavors, preceded by aromas of vanilla, coconut, toasted oak, and mocha. ABV 8.5%, IBUs 33. So a big, huge, long description, but they've used a bunch of different beers, two from Boulevard and two from Firestone Walker, to blend what we have here in this big bottle. So, ought to be very tasty. I mean, when that much stuff is done, it's either going to be awesome, out of this world, or it's going to be a big mess. I'm hoping it's not a big mess. So, I don't think we're going to talk about anything else. I told you ABV is 12.5%. IBUs are 22 on this one. Let's see if we can get this thing out without it spewing all over the damn place. I'm very leery of these corked and caged beers. That's why they cork and cage it, to keep the top from popping out. And sometimes you almost have to have pliers to get this off. And sometimes once you take the cage off, they want to pop out automatically. This one seems fairly easy, so I hope this thing don't spew it off. Ooh, it scared me there, boy. I'm gun shy after a couple days ago when that one exploded all over me from Deep Ellum. Nope, this one's staying in there. It's up there right there. So, let's get it into the glass while I tell you the cheeses are nutty, Asiago Colby, Parmesan, General Digestion. Glass for the pint Becker 9 tumbler snifter, mug, Seidel, Stein. I got my favorite snifter, and it says here it can be sold for a long period of time. Alright. Good looking beer. Finger of head on that pour, that's awesome looking, guys. Over into the light, I'm getting just a little bit of brown murkiness around the thin part down here. Up here, it is pretty dark. And it is a deep brown color, guys. Let's get a nose to it. A little bit of alcohol in there, a nice sweet backhand smell like a quad or a barley wine would have. Molasses, caramel, toffee, vanilla from all the barrels this thing's been in. But there is a little bit of alcohol in the nose. A great candidate to cellar if you wanted to. Like I said, they want the best buy date on this one to be 2018. We're in 2017, so it still could be selling for another full year. And I would say even longer than that. They're probably giving us a 2-year shelf life because they want you to have it. But this beer will probably keep 5, 10, 15, even longer. Smells good. Final beer of the evening for me, guys. Let's jump in and see what we got. Wow, smells wonderful. Cheers. I'm getting the cherries. I am getting the alcohol though. Like I said, this may be a good one to sell up for a little bit. Sometimes the alcohol will succeed and it'll combine and be a little better after it ages a little bit in the bottle. Sometimes the alcohol does not diminish. So sometimes we get lucky that way, sometimes you do not. But I would think this will be a prime candidate to sell up for at least another year, maybe even longer. Especially with the head brewers at Boulevard and Firestone Walker coming together and blending 4 of their top-notch beers to bring this to you. Hence some licorice and some tobacco in there. A lot of stuff going on with this beer, with this many different beers blended together. And I got a feeling letting it come up to room temperature is only going to get better. When it's fresh out of the bottle like this, a lot of times you'll get that big alcohol notes and stuff like this. But after the air gets to it and it breathes and it's in the glass, it comes up to room temperature. A lot of that stuff, the flavors will change. They get more intense one way or the other. And it'll be a lot better tasting beer. And a lot of guys that drink these kind of beers, they won't refrigerate them more than about 30 minutes. And they won't be 40 degrees. They'll be like 60, 65 degrees where you'll get more of those flavors instead of having. I like to have mine come out of the fridge, then I'll set for 30, 45, maybe even an hour, sipping on it, and then come back for the final chug and let you know if I'm tasting anything different, the alcohol has subsided a little bit, or whatever the case may be. So let's do that on this one. Big beer. Not a small, this is a big boy's beer, 12.5%, high dollar beer on top of that, 750 milliliter, corked and caged. A lot of great beers blended together to bring this to us. So let's sip on it for a while and see what we end up with. Alright guys, I'm back, got just a little left here. Awesome lacing is left on the glass. I'm a little disappointed in not getting a little bit of chocolate or anything like that in the beer, but that may not be in the direction they were wanting to go in. Especially with the blended of the Sticky Monkey and the Velvet Merkin and a couple of the good beers from them, the Barrel Aged Quad from Boulevard. I don't think it's an A beer. I don't think it's a 10 beer, guys. Let's put it that way. I don't think it's a 10 beer. A lot of different beers blended together to bring this collaboration beer, what we have in front of us here. I do think it's a very tasty beer. It's not quite as boozy now as it was when I first opened it up. Everything has kind of come together. I do think this would be a great beer to sell it for at least 5 years. At least 5 years, if not longer. Sometimes the blended versions of these beers are top-notch, off-the-chain, outstanding beers. Some of them not so much. This one I do think is an A beer, but I don't think it's a 10 beer, guys. Very nice aroma from all the blended stuff they put into it, but they blended 4 different variations to get what we have here. It seems to work okay. Not a heavy bourbon barrel notes on it. It's there, but it's not off the chain bourbon like a lot of them are. And a lot of the blended beers are that way. They're not off the chain in one aspect or the other. There's a whole lot of things going on with this beer. That's another reason why I think it would probably do better to age for a little while. Probably at least 5 years. Just my opinion, though. Final chug. Molasses, toffee, candied sugar, hints of licorice, tobacco, maybe a little bit of dark fruit in there. Slight hint of some vanilla from the bourbon barrels, a little woodiness. Cherries. A lot of stuff going on with this beer. Whole lot of stuff going on with beer. That's why I think it would probably do better if you age this beer a little longer than 2 years, which they're saying here by 2018. I don't think it's going to change a whole lot between 2017 and 2018. 5 years down the road, they may come together a little bit better. This is my opinion, guys. I do think this will be a great candidate to sell for at least 5 years and see what this beer ends up being. To me, guys, I don't think it's outstanding. They do have a dating on it, and they've used a lot of great beers to blend this. I'm going to give this 9 out of 10. Numeric rating, 95, straight down the middle there. Let's run over to Beer Advocate. Beer Advocate has it at 89. I think it's a little better than 89. I do, because they've used some great stock with what they've used to blend these 4 different beers to come up with this. Very tasty. I did enjoy this. A great final beer of the evening, which it is for me. And we'll run over to Beer Advocate. They say 98 overall, 94 in the style. Great numbers from those guys over there. And finally, we'll run over to Untappd. They have it at 4.06, which is in their A- category too. Close to the solid A there. So I do think it's a solid A. That's like I said, that's why I gave it a 95. Straight down the middle of the A category. It's a very tasty beer, but it's not a cheap beer, I'm sure. It had a price tag on it, but I couldn't read it on the top of this cap. It's done faded out. I cannot read it, guys. The sticker is already faded out. I cannot read what it says here. Cannot see it. So, like I said, I'm not exactly sure where this come from, whether it was Rico or Brandon or where. I don't think I bought it. I may have. That not having somebody's name on the back of it leads me to think that I may have bought it, but I don't remember buying it. I pulled this out of the closet, stuffed it into the fridge a week or so ago, so don't know exactly where it come from. So I'm sure whoever sent it to me will tell me in the comments, oh man, I sent this to you. Whoever did. I apologize, I don't have your name on it, but I'm thinking that Brandon C. down in Texas sent it to me because it had all the electrical tape on the top of it, and that's his trademark. Everything he sends me has electrical tape strapped on the top of it to help keep anything from leaking out while he ships it to me. So that's what I think, guys. If you've had this one, the collaboration number 6 from Boulevard Brewing, collaboration between Firestone Walker and Boulevard Brewing. Let me know what you think. Collaboration number 6, very tasty beer, guys. Definitely a beer, but I think it should sell it for a little longer than what we've sold on this one. So if you've had it, let me know what you think. Come on back tomorrow. Let's dig something out of the fridge. See you then.